Perhaps this year more than ever, we've been reconnecting with our local neighborhoods. And we all know the incredible role that data has played in helping drive the recovery from this pandemic. The digital neighborhoods concept is about bringing together the best of the public and the private sector to harness the data that already exists in many corners of our world to understand how we can deliver better outcomes for communities and the people that live there. That means delivering a more sustainable, more equitable, and more economically growing society for all of us in the years ahead.
At Arup, we worked closely with London First throughout last year to deliver the London Data Commission, which is where we developed the concept of the digital neighbourhood. We partnered with a number of different organisations, from developers to mayoral corporations to business improvement districts and housing managers, to flesh out different use cases where the digital neighbourhood approach could bring value to the community. The use cases we ended up looking at fell under various categories, some from using data to achieve short-term aims such as recovery from COVID and building back better, to more future-looking visions of sustainability or social well-being targets over the next 10 years. We see many benefits of working using a digital neighbourhood approach. One of the most important to us is the neighbourhood part of the digital neighbourhood. So a neighbourhood is very much the scale of the city that people live and work in and operate in and have a personal connection to and investment in. So being able to bring different stakeholders together from the private sector, the public sector and the community through a data-driven approach is a really powerful approach.
We also know some of the challenges that communities across the UK are facing are some of the biggest in a generation, whether that's the climate crisis, recovery from a devastating pandemic, or really putting ourselves forward and succeeding in a new era as a global Britain. That means that if we can use lessons and harness the economies at a local scale, we can really level up the country as a whole.
And working at a neighbourhood scale also means that we can work quickly in an agile way, learning from each other and taking ideas that flourish and work and running with them in a faster way.
In the years ahead, Arup will continue working with the GLA, the Mayor of London, and others to bring the first ever London Data Charter, as well as a London Data Board that will help enable forums of public and private sector organizations to come together to focus on neighborhoods and start to break down some of those barriers that we know exist around funding models and sharing agreements to help start delivering outcomes for the communities and the people that call them home.